Welcome to the Garden of Horror, Exterrestrial, directed by the Vicious Brothers, who you may know who also directed Grave Encounters. This film consists of a group of college students who decided to take a weekend trip to a cabin in the woods and then eventually get terrorized by a bunch of aliens or the Greys or whatever you want to call them. This film includes Brittany Allen, who hasn't really been in that many movies. It also stars Freddie Stroma, who's been in the Harry Potter movies. I'm not sure which character, definitely wasn't the trifecta, but he was in them more than one, maybe more than two, probably more than three. It also stars the actor Jesse Moss, who you might recognize from films such as Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, Final Destination, Wolf Cop, and a bunch of other horror films that weren't in the movie theater. So let's see what happens in this film. It starts off, basically this woman gets abducted by aliens right from the start. The intro completely sold me, and she was abducted in a phone booth at a gas station. Cliche, right? Well, this whole entire movie is somewhat of a walk-in cliche. Like, if this guy was just walking around and he had a shirt, a ugly Christmas sweater that said horror trope, that's what this whole movie is. Let's fast forward a little bit. April, who's played by Brittany Allen, had plans with her boyfriend to go to her mother's cabin in the woods. Her father and mother had divorced, and her father's not taking it too well, so he's kind of drunk when she was talking to him. Her boyfriend last minute decides to bring along three of their friends, or mainly his friends. She doesn't really seem the type of person to be with him or his friends. She's kind of like the outcast. She's actually the lead of this film, and she really shows it really good. She's great for what she's doing. This film follows a structure of being upbeat, then really slow, then upbeat. As you could tell, the intro was completely upbeat, like a complete dance song on New Year's. Now we're heading back to the depressing beat. They end up at the cabin. Brittany sees a for sale sign, so you get this whole rain down on feeling, really depressive. Eventually they decide to party, and by them partying they like to use the found footage look. One of them has a camera. Yeah, alright, let's do a real size camera. There we go. I see you. And it's playing just unnecessary music, like complete dubstep music. I don't know why, but why not? Let's just throw some Skrillex or something in there. Let's just wing that over. Around town there's been disturbances, animals being slaughtered, people been disappearing. They quickly acknowledge that by the group of kids on the way to the cabin. They get stopped by a police officer who's questioning them because the guy let off fireworks while they're driving. That's pretty cool, but you're in the middle of nowhere. Somebody's gonna hear you. So the police officer was explaining this to them, just be careful. During the party, they see some sort of object just soaring through the sky, like a full-on fireball, just going in one direction. And the college students decided to follow this flame spitball of fire. It's literally, somebody could have said great balls of fire, and that's what it looked like. They followed that direction where it was landed. They found it, and little do they know, but we already knew, it was a UFO that crash landed. They started freaking out, and this is where we had the movie. This film sounds like a cliche of what I stated earlier, but this movie knows that it is, so it kind of works out. And this movie is what I've been waiting for years. It's just a typical modern day abduction alien movie, and it's amazing in my opinion. This movie got actually a lot of mixed reviews, but I really enjoyed it. The lighting in this film, I also enjoy. The first abduction scene of many, it uses some sort of giallo type of colors, just really red. There's just loud sounds everywhere, and it really just hits you. Whoever did the sound in this movie really brought it out, so it really hits your ear. But yeah, the lighting is blue and red throughout. Whenever an alien would appear, the lighting in this film during that scene was just this red, and even the camera would shoot back to the vehicle and it was still red. It was really cool. And later on in the movie, you'll start to see the blue colors come through, and it looks great. Now, this movie has anal probing at one point to the character that you want it to happen to. Figure that on your own. I'm pretty sure they might have made this movie just for them to film a scene like that. You do get beyond the cabin, which is what this movie also does, which you didn't really expect as well. It just kept on going and going and going. Even the ending was not what you were expecting at all. But the ending does make a nod to the X-Files, one of the characters that's still in the new season. So that's that. That's my review of Extraterrestrial from 2015. I didn't really have any dislikes, maybe just the characters, but it's what you expect from a movie like this. So just turn off your brain for a second and just watch it and enjoy it. And I promise you that you will watch it to the end. This movie is also on Netflix later.